What is up, you guys? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Beautiful day outside. I'm drinking some watermelon and lemon juice together, which in my opinion is the best hydration, especially for the morning time. If you still think that water is the best hydration for you, I think you need to do a little more research, just like I had to. I have been sick lately. I'm still a little sick. You guys can probably hear some of the congestion in my voice, but I'm still out here. I'm still in the sun. I'm still in good spirits with a great frequency and some good energy. So I'm ready to teach you guys something today that is absolutely my favorite topic, and it is energy and frequency. Now, most people think that life is happening to them. That's not 100% true. Life is actually happening through you. You're creating life. You're creating reality. I want you to think of it like this. We live in a 3D world. The world was obviously created by a creator, which is God, energy, consciousness, whatever you want to call God. But he is the creator of the world. He is the creator of nature. But there are multiple things in this world that are man-made. Because they are man-made, it means that they were once created in somebody's head, meaning someone had to think of this and then they had to create it or invent it, and that's how it was created in your reality. With that being said, that means you create everything in this reality. Not only do you create physical things, but you create circumstances through your thoughts, your verbiage, your frequency, and your energy. You create circumstances, you create your reality. So, like I said, a lot of people think life is happening to them. Things are happening to them. Anything that happens externally, they feel like it's happening to them. They take no accountability for it. But the truth is that anything that's happening externally, it is a direct reflection of anything that is happening internally inside of you. So, in order to have a more happy, more peaceful, more successful life, you need to fix your frequency and your energy. If you don't fix what is going on internally first, then nothing externally will change in your life. And that's exactly what today's video is going to be like. And for those of you out there struggling with negative thoughts, those out there struggling with negative verbiage, or they just have a negative life in general, this video is for you. Watch this whole entire video. I'm not only going to give you actionable steps that you can take to better your life and fix your frequency, but I'm going to explain it to you so you actually understand why you're going through what you're going through. So I'm excited. Hope you're excited. If you find any value from this video, please just hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and share it with a friend so they can get the value as well. All right, the first thing that I want to talk about is why. Why? What is happening to you? What is happening in your brain that you tell your brain, I want to be better, I want better habits, I want better thought patterns, but you just can't seem to get it? Why is that? You have to bring it back to the beginning of time. And in order to fix this, you genuinely have to go inside of yourself and fix a lot of things. But you have to go back to the beginning of time. In the beginning of time, when you were born, you're very young. You're very susceptible to other people. You imitate other people. So you have to think back to the role models you had when you were a kid. Your parents, your teachers, your religious leaders, whoever it was that you trusted and you imitated, which more than likely it's going to be your parents or it's going to be people that were very close to you. Are those the type of people that you want to be like? Are those the type of people that you want to resonate with? Do you want to have their beliefs? Do you want to have their habits? Do you want to have their thought patterns? If you don't, then you have to do some reevaluation, because more than likely when you were young, you picked up a lot of their beliefs, their habits, their emotions, their thought patterns, and it stuck with you. By the time you're a teenager, your mind is already made up. Your mind is already programmed in a way that you don't even understand. And you start to do things subconsciously throughout your life. I want to give you a perfect example. I haven't eaten fast food in about 7 years, maybe even longer. It's almost been about 8 years, I believe. But when I was young, I loved McDonald's. I loved Burger King. I loved Wendy's. And I didn't know better. I mean, my mom was feeding that to me since I was a very, very young kid. She still eats that to this day. So subconsciously, I thought it was okay. It was never even a thought in my head that I could be doing something bad and I could be harming myself or harming my health. That wasn't even a thought in my head. And it was because my brain was already programmed to believe that this was okay. So now You have to understand that since you were young, everything that you've seen repetitively, especially in those early ages, anything that you've seen repetitively, anything that you've heard repetitively, whether it's like, you can't afford this, money is hard to make, things like that. Those are things that maybe a parent might have said to you when you were young that really stuck with you in your subconscious mind, and it embedded you to adapt a certain type of belief that money was hard to make. Now, do you truly believe that at your heart? Maybe not. But you were told that so many times repetitively, and especially at a young age, that at this point, your subconscious mind is just, it's a program to believe that money is hard to make. And once that happens, you're going to move subconsciously, which means your actions, your thoughts, your words, everything you say is going to match that belief that money is hard to make. When in reality, it's not true. All you have to do is change the belief, change the frequency enough times, and use enough repetition. So now that thought in your subconscious brain now eventually starts to change. Now, I want you to know that everything that's in the subconscious brain comes through the conscious brain first. So when you were young and you were hearing that money was hard to make, or you were hearing that McDonald's is good to eat over and over and over, that conscious thought then transitioned into the subconscious brain. And now your body knows how to do things better than your mind. Once it goes to the subconscious brain, your mind no longer needs to control it. Your body controls it, which means you can get up and walk to McDonald's and go get a Happy Meal and eat McDonald's without even consciously thinking about it. It all happens subconsciously. So why is your life bad even though consciously you're saying you want your life to be good? It's because it's not a conscious thing. It's a subconscious thing. Your subconscious mind believes that your mind is bad. Even though you're trying to tell yourself that you're wealthy and you're abundant, your subconscious mind still believes that you're broke, you're poor, and you lack. It's because it's programmed to believe that way. So that is why, even though sometimes you might consciously say, I want a better life, or I want to be more successful, I want better thoughts, I want to speak better about myself and the people around me, but you don't do it, it's because you're programmed not to. And that's the hardest thing about this, to be completely honest with you guys, is consistently on a daily basis being aware enough and being conscious enough to shift your subconscious mind. And I'm going to tell you guys exactly how I do that. But at first, I wanted to give you guys, why is this even happening to you in the first place? You want to get up every single morning and run a mile so that you can be more healthy and lose weight. And your conscious mind is telling you that, but your body, when you wake up, will not allow you to get out of bed and go do it. It's because in your subconscious mind, you already have the thought, I do not like running. I do not want to get up and run. That is already embedded in your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is going to do anything to make you feel comfortable. So if comfort for you is laying in the bed instead of going up and running, your subconscious mind is going to do whatever it can to make you do that because it wants you to be comfortable. So that's what I mean by you want to do something consciously, but your body won't allow you to do it because subconsciously it's already programmed to think a different way. And honestly, the subconscious mind can be a lot stronger than the conscious mind. So the key and the way to fix this is going to be with repetition. It's going to be with programming the conscious mind so much that the thoughts that you want actually trickle down to the subconscious mind, and it changes. It changes the subconscious mind. And I'm going to tell you guys exactly how to do this. I'm going to give you guys 3 different ways on how to do this. And when you do this, you're going to realize your life changed in so many different ways. It's going to change drastically. You're going to grow spiritually. You're going to start realizing that you have serious powers. You have mental faculties that other animals and species in this world do not have for a reason. It is to bend reality. It is to change things in reality. It is to affect reality. You have mental faculties that other species do not have for that exact reason. So it is possible to change your reality. It is possible to change the things that are around you. And you're going to realize how easy it is to do that once you're in a different frequency and once you're in a different vibration. And I'm going to tell you guys exactly how to get there today. Before we get into that, I want to give you guys a quick example. I think this will help you guys a lot with understanding everything I'm saying. So abundance is something that I have had an issue with since I was a young kid, coming from living in the projects in New York City and being around people that didn't have a lot of money, who lived in poverty. I always thought that I would always be the same way. I always thought in a lacker's mindset, like I lack, not I have, but I lack. And I realized that if I really wanted to be wealthy and I wanted to accomplish the things I wanted to accomplish in this life, I needed a frequency of abundance. I needed to believe that I had everything that I already wanted and that there was enough in this world for me to have. So I started to reprogram my subconscious mind into believing that instead of me being a lacker, I was a person who had everything I ever wanted and I was abundant. And now what that did is it did two things for me almost instantly. It changed my actions, right? I started to act in an abundant way. Even though I was not rich, I started to act rich. I started to feel rich. I started to talk like a rich person. So that's the first thing that it did to me when I started to shift my subconscious mind. The second thing that it did for me is it detached me from any sort of outcomes. Now, when I say outcomes, I mean you getting $100,000 in your account and feeling good and feeling like you're getting close towards that wealthy feeling or that rich feeling. Getting that $100,000, that is an outcome. I detached from that outcome. I already have the $100,000. Now, once you can adapt the mindset that instead of wanting the $100,000, when you want the $100,000, you're putting it into the universe that you don't have the $100,000. You are still in a lacker's mindset. But when you have the $100,000 and you can operate in the field with the same energy and frequency that somebody with the $100,000 would operate in, then that money is then going to start coming to you. Instead of you wanting it and chasing it, now you're detached from it and it's coming to you. And that's happened to me so many times with money. Not only money, but with other things in my life. The moment that I was able to actually let it go, it kind of just came to me. You know, it ran to me, it chased me. So now let's get into the 3 things that you can do to start reprogramming your subconscious mind so that you can start bending your reality and fix your frequency. First thing you can do is meditate. Meditation is going to get you closer to God. And if you're going to ask me how to meditate, I'm going to tell you that meditation is a journey and you're going to want to figure out what works for you. But to start, sit down somewhere like a tree and close your eyes for 30 minutes with just silence. Notice where your mind goes, the type of thoughts it has, the type of beliefs it has. A lot of things are going to pop up in those 30 minutes. You're going to be able to learn a lot about yourself. But without learning about yourself and learning about the thoughts that you have, that you don't want to have, learning about the egotistical thoughts you have, the thoughts of greed, the thoughts of envy, the thoughts of lust, if you don't understand those thoughts and how much you have them, it's going to be really hard to change them. So that's why meditation is so important. It's also important when it comes to slowing down your mind. If your mind is in that fight or flight mode at all times, it can't create. It can't. It needs to be at a calm place to create things. You should be striving to be calm at all areas of your life. Nothing should ever affect you because you create your reality. So if you create your reality, then you have the choice to let things affect you or not affect you. So nothing should ever affect you. And if you want to get to this point where your mind is completely calm, you need to meditate consistently. You need to learn how to control your thoughts and control your emotions. So that's going to be the first thing that you're going to be able to do is meditate. So even if it's just 5 minutes a day, start by just closing your eyes, just like this, putting your head back, and for 5 minutes, just shut up. No phones, no music, no noise. Just listen to the things around you, and most importantly, listen to your head. If you are trying hard, you are doing meditation wrong. Meditation should be very easy, very simple. It should be just sit down, close your eyes, and that's it. I personally meditate every single day for 30 minutes plus. Sometimes I meditate 2 times a day. And it has helped me not only maintain my energy, but control my emotions and also shift my reality. So that's the first thing that you can do. Second thing you can do, guys, is fast. This is one that you're probably not going to hear from a lot of people on YouTube. But if you can fast and you can restrain from stuffing your body and your mouth with food on a consistent basis, you are going to grow spiritually. It is going to be a lot easy. It's going to be a lot easier to make these changes in your life, to rise to a higher consciousness and a higher frequency so that you can actually create wealth, success, and all of the things that you've ever wanted in your life. But the more that you stuff yourself with food, the more that you are blocking that part of your body that actually connects with that higher frequency and that higher power. The more that you eat, the less you have access to that power that the universe gives you to attract. So I know that it's hard to understand, but I just want you guys from now on to pay attention to how you feel after you eat. I personally do 24-hour fasts. I'll recommend for you guys to do a 16-hour fast. Do a 16-hour fast. See how you feel mentally. See how mentally clear you feel. See how good you feel emotionally. And then go and break your fast with some sort of big meal. And then tell me how you feel mentally after that. Tell me how clear you're thinking after that. If you guys read the Bible like I do, you guys would know how often they talk about fasting in the Bible. It's not a mistake that they're talking about fasting. It's not a mistake that the government puts all these bad foods and bad different things that are man-made and that are toxic for your insides. It's not a mistake that they put these in our world, that they push these for you to eat, and they make it seem like it's good for you to eat. It's not a mistake. It's all done purposely to not only get you out of touch with the creator of the universe and get you out of touch with that magical power that allows you to attract things and that allows you to be great, but it also does horrible things to your physical body. If you guys want to be ripped, you guys want to have muscles, you guys want to have a six-pack like I do, like once upon a time I wanted in my life and I didn't have, you're going to have to make that sacrifice anyway. But the mental and spiritual powers and advantages that fasting is going to give you is going to be absolutely out of this world. So just try it. Come back to this video after you try it and tell me what you think about fasting. But if you guys want to raise your consciousness, you guys want to attract different things into your life, and you guys want to actually start using those magical powers that you have and you got from God, stop stuffing your face with food, please. So that's going to be the second thing you could do. The third thing's coming up, and it's the most important thing. Last but not least, guys, the best thing that you can do to attract the life you want, to raise your consciousness, to raise your frequency, to raise your vibration, is to activate your God consciousness. Now, I'm going to explain exactly what that means, guys. Everyone knows this is 100% true. You have two different voices that are in your body at all times. Anytime that you've ever gotten the inkling to do something good, you've also had an inkling at that same time to do the opposite. Anytime that you've ever had a feeling of doing something that was bad, you had an inkling, you had an intuition, which if you fast, your intuition is going to be a lot better. A lot better. If you meditate and fast, your intuition is going to be out of this world. But your intuition, and you have these voices in your head that's always telling you to either do bad or that's either telling you to do good. Now, what are those voices? I'm a true believer that God is within you. I'm also a true believer that the devil is within you. I'm also a true believer that you find heaven in here, and you also find hell in here. Now, everyone has those two different type of voices in their head. I like to call them God and the devil. You can call them whatever you want. But the more that you can raise your consciousness is the more that godly consciousness and that godly voice is going to take control over that other voice, which is the devilish voice, which is the hellish voice. You have both of them in your head at all times, and you have the ability to activate one and to raise one and lower the other. And I know this from experience. I was a very lustful guy. I was a guy that all I thought about was sex. I looked at girls like meat, like their bodies were just for sex. I looked at money like it was the most important thing in the world. I used to idolize celebrities and look at them like they were gods and watch sports and think of athletes like they were better than me and all these different type of things. I used to think in greed and lust and envy. And it's simply just because my brain was telling me to do so. Why would my brain do that? Why would my brain be against me? It's my brain. It's because everyone's brain has two different sides of the coin. It's duality. Everyone's brain has a bad side and a good side, the devil and God. So you have the ability to raise your God consciousness. You have the ability to raise your frequency and raise your consciousness so that the voice that's more prominent in your head is the godly voice. The voice is going to tell you to do great. The voice is going to tell you to get up and be the best version of yourself. The voice is going to tell you that you're not depressed, that shit doesn't exist. The voice is going to tell you that you're the best version of yourself, that God is within you, that you have magical powers. That is the voice that you want to awaken. That is the voice that you want to be prominent in your life. And the way that you're going to do this is by raising your consciousness and raising your frequency. So the 3 steps is to meditate, to fast, and to raise that God consciousness. Push those negative thoughts away. If you feel like you have negative thoughts during meditation, you need to replace those negative thoughts consistently. Now, I'm going to leave you guys with this last little tidbit. This is going to bring all 3 of those together right now. It's going to allow you to do all 3 of these. I want you guys to go on YouTube. I want you guys to look up sleep affirmations. After you look that up, put in whatever word you want. For me, I like to put in money because I'm trying to chase wealth. I'm trying to build a business. I'm trying to support me and my family. So I put money affirmations, sleep, and what you're going to find is 6 to 8 hour videos that are basically programming your mind while you sleep. So put on headphones, put on a speaker, whatever you want, go to bed, put one of these on. What I want you to know is that two things. Your subconscious mind never sleeps. It is always awake. At all times, your subconscious mind is awake. The second thing that I want you to know about your subconscious mind is it does not know the difference between thought and reality, which means that if you were imagining an elephant in front of you and you were able to feel like you were in front of that elephant, your subconscious mind actually believes that you're in front of that elephant. So when you're going to bed every single night and you're putting affirmations on, like, I am wealthy, I am rich, I am confident, mind you, your subconscious mind is still awake. It's not sleeping. So it is repetitively hearing this over and over and over and over. It's embedding these statements into your subconscious mind for 6, 7, 8 hours while you're asleep. So this is a hack. This is a shortcut. It's a shortcut so that when you're awake, you don't have to repetitively over and over and over. Like me personally, I listen to affirmations while I'm asleep and awake. I write affirmations while I'm awake, and then when I go to sleep, I put affirmations on. So I don't even listen to music anymore. Pretty much the only thing that's in my head at all times is affirmations, because I'm that dedicated into reprogramming my subconscious mind. But if you just want to start small, do it while you're asleep, because when you wake up, you're going to start realizing that your thoughts, your words, and your actions reflect what you want. It reflects wealth. It reflects whatever the affirmations were telling you while you were asleep. It's because while you are asleep, you are reprogramming your subconscious mind so that when you wake up, your conscious mind is more on point with your subconscious mind and what you want and your goals and your aspirations. So do those three things: meditate, fast, raise your God consciousness, and tie all of those together by reprogramming your subconscious mind while you sleep. This will raise your vibration. It will raise your frequency. It will make you a much more happy individual, and it will allow you to attract all the things that you want in your life and to bend your reality. If you guys like this video and want more content, just hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. I got a video coming for you guys every day. Let's go.